Okay, I'd like to try to do some of the other people that I know I've asked to speak in a sort of a chronological order. And in the beginning, at least in the relationship with Index, there was a study called Managing Personal Computing, before there was PRISM. And Walter Popper was involved in helping sell that study, I think. So Walter's next.
Thanks, Brad. It was 20.
Oh, that was yours?
It was 25 years ago, or
26.
26 years ago.
Your arms and legs.
And you know, it's so hard to remember anything over that period of time, and mostly I've forgotten. But in the early 80s in Cambridge, there was a feeling of being, to some degree, in the middle of things, in the revolution with computing and with business ultimately, and to some degree being a little bit left out because that action, even at that time, had shifted to the West Coast. And what I remember from that period of time is a breakfast with Mike. I had just joined Index, and in being hired to Index, I had expressed one concern about the consulting life. I had young kids, starting a family, and I really didn't want to travel. And in a conversation with Tom Garrett, he said, it's impossible. Consulting means travel. You've got to go where the clients are. I had been interviewed by Gartner to go work for him down in Stamford, Connecticut, and it turned him down. But I knew the Gartner business model made some sense. And I said, Tom, if we could make a Gartner business model work here, a syndicated membership model, and we could stay in town, we might be able to do something along those lines. And he said, I don't know, but I'll tell you what, why don't you go have breakfast with this guy, Mike Hammer, who's at MIT, and expressed a really similar idea just last week. And so we had breakfast, and I can't even remember where it was. It might have been the Marriott. It was a hotel breakfast, and it was Chuck Gibson and me and Mike. And Mike said, you know, I want to be part of what's happening. I want to do something that's relevant. I want to make a difference in people's lives. And he said, I have a family, and I don't want to travel. And we had that in common from the very beginning. So in that one breakfast, we agreed on a business model, syndicated research. We talked a little bit at Gartner. He said, you know, I have no respect for Gartner. There's zero insight. We should syndicate insight. And that's really what he did and what we've done, I think, over the years. And he said the other thing is, he said, I don't sell. You know, I can solve problems, I can see patterns, I can stand up in front of the audience, I don't sell. And so right from the beginning, we split the labor. I was going to go sell. I got on the phone. I'd never done cold calling in my life, and sold the first 20 client memberships. And Mike did the insight, and the rest is history. After 20 memberships, we realized we needed a professional to run things, and that's where Tom comes in.